And today, the Supreme Court once again heard the matter related to a trainee postgraduate doctor who was found raped and murdered on the 9th of August. Chief Justice of India, DY Chandrachud, questioned where the autopsy challan was and pointed out that an autopsy cannot be carried out without it. That was not the only observation made by the Supreme Court in the case. The apex court pulled up the state government and the Kolkata police on a number of other aspects related to the case. Let's quickly take you through some of these observations. In fact, they have asked why a 14-hour delay in the filing of an FIR took place. They've also gone on to observe where there was tampering of evidence. Where were the CSFL reports, in fact, in this matter? The third observation is where is the autopsy challan, as the autopsy can't be done without it. They've also gone on to say that the West Bengal government must cooperate with the CISF guarding the hospital. Remember, the centre had complained that CISF is not getting state government cooperation. Observation 5 is that doctors must resume work by 5 p.m. tomorrow or face action. Observation 6 is that an issue of safety and security of doctors must be addressed. Observation 7 is that all photos of the victim's body have to be removed from social media. The apex court has also ordered that the protesting doctors should resume work by 5 p.m, warning of action otherwise. And this directive followed Kapil Sibal's submission that 23 individuals died due to inadequate medical treatment. Meanwhile, the Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has alleged that the centre was conspiring over public outcry involving the alleged rape and murder of a doctor at the state-run hospital last month. She's claimed that TV channels were keeping the focus on RGK only for their TRPs. BJP, on the other hand, stepped up the attack on the TMC government and in fact has cited the submission of Solicitor General Tushar Mehta in the Supreme Court, where he informed that only 27 minutes of CCTV footage was provided to the CBI.
কেউ কেউ শুধু প্রভোকেশন করছে টিআরপি বাড়ানোর জন্য, কেউ কেউ রাজ্যটাকে জ্বালিয়ে দেওয়ার জন্য প্রভোকেশন করছে। সে সত্যি কথা বলুক, আমাদের কোনো আপত্তি নেই, এটা তাদের গণতান্ত্রিক অধিকার, আমরা রেসপেক্ট করি। কিন্তু কেউ যদি মনে করে এটা আমার ওয়ান পয়েন্ট এজেন্ডা টু মিসলিড দ্য পিপল, টু ডিস্টর্ট দ্য পিপল, ডিস্টর্টেড দ্য এজেন্ডা, miscommunication, discommunication and malpractice, it's a crime. অনেক মিথ্যে কথা আমি শুনেছি দীর্ঘদিন ধরে। তো ষড়যন্ত্র না হয়, কয়েকটা টিভি চ্যানেল, আই মাস্ট সে, এর জন্য আমি সিএসকে বলবো একটা টাস্ক ফোর্স করে একটা সিলেকশন কমিটি করে দিতে। অন্য রাজ্যে যে নিয়ম কানুনগুলো আছে, যেটা সবচেয়ে বেটার সেটাকে নিয়ে একটা সিস্টেম করতে।
सीसीटीवी फुटेज जिससे ये पता चलता कि कितने बजे आरोपी अस्पताल में आए, अंदर गए, दुष्कर्म किया, कब निकले और कितने लोग निकले और किसने सबूत मिटाने का प्रयास किया। आपको जान के आश्चर्य होगा, बेशरम, निर्लज, गैर जिम्मेदार मुख्यमंत्री ममता बनर्जी, उनकी पुलिस केवल 27 मिनट का सीसीटीवी फुटेज देती है सीबीआई को।
All right, and there's some breaking news coming in at this point of time. There appears to be a divide within the TMC over the way in which the state administration has acted in the RGK case. Sources in TMC have told Times Now that those close to Abhishek Bachchan claim that the party could be denigrated by administrative issues. Sources saying that Abhishek Banerjee feels that the state government has failed to take appropriate action in the RGK hospital incident. And he's learned to have expressed extreme dissatisfaction within the party over certain steps taken by the government in the RGK case. Let's quickly go across to Sabyasachi. Sabyasachi, now we're looking at a situation where not one but at least two members of parliament have left the TMC, have resigned from their post and have openly expressed their dissent in any case about the handling of the entire aftermath of the horrific incident that took place at the RGK hospital. At a time like this, the fact that one of the leaders within the TMC, Abhishek Banerjee, who is widely perceived as being Mamata Banerjee's successor, has come out to say that the entire issue was handled, at least within party fora, handled wrongly, and there is a divide. Now, what happens from here on? What are your sources indicating to you, and how seriously should we take these reports coming in of the divide?
Well, absolutely. See, there are definitely differences within the Trinamool Congress. Before Abhishek Banerjee in his close circle has said that the way the things were handled by the administration during the Arjikor incident was absolutely not right. And the state administration has failed to take any sort of strict measures in the incident, particularly when it comes to the reappointment of former principal of Arjikor Medical College and Hospital, Dr. Sandeep Ghosh, where within a few hours he was appointed as the principal of Calcutta Medical College and Hospital. Now Abhishek Banerjee has stated that to come out of this situation, the state government need to make drastic changes when it comes to the administration from top level to bottom level. Several changes needs to be carried out. Now Abhishek Banerjee also pointed out that there are, if you talk about the sentiments of the people of West Bengal, they have started questioning the Trinamool Congress, whether the Trinamool Congress will be able to retain in the assembly polls in 2026, because they would be carrying the weightage of 15 years of anti-incumbency. So these are some of the important remarks which the General Secretary of Trinamool Congress, Abhishek Banerjee, has made.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Mamata Banerjee also was miffed about the fact that former Rajya Sabha Member of Parliament Shantanu Sen and Abhishek Banerjee created a rift within the party. And after that, we had seen that several Trinamool Congress leaders, whether it is Shantanu Sen, Shukendu Shekhar Roy or Jawad Sarkar, in fact, they have come out and questioned the party's high-handedness in controlling the situation, as well as if you talk about Kunal Ghosh, who has been continuously attacking these leaders who have time and again questioned.
So the knives are out. There is a massive fight that's underway, as you are reporting now for us, Sabyasachi. We're going to report the story as well, and we're going to be getting more and more TMC leaders on record on that. I'd like to thank you so much for joining us with all of those inputs, Sabyasachi. Let's quickly take it across to our guest now joining us. Siddharth Yadav is spokesperson of BJP. Gargi Nandi Roy is political analyst joining us. Asif Ansari, political analyst, is with us. But let me go first and foremost to Professor Monojit Mandal. Professor Monojit Mandal, the names are out there. There are two sitting members of parliament who've now expressed their open dissatisfaction with the handling of the Arjikar aftermath. At least one of them is a former member of parliament as well who's come out. The point being made is this. The point is that if there are certain lacunae, if there are certain lapses, then what's the harm in coming out and admitting it? Because here you have a situation where even senior leaders within your party or within the TMC in any effect appear to be extremely upset, and the latest in the seems to be Abhishek Banerjee, no less.
To the best of my knowledge and some responsibility in my command, let me tell you, there is no such feud between Abhishek and Mamata Ji. There cannot possibly be any such feud. There can be certain discussions, deliberations, even within and outside the party, about some decision, including the decision that you mentioned of transfer of the principal. Even I, not on behalf of the party, but I made it very clear that this was a wrong decision taken by the government. This could have been avoided. But at the same time, I have argued, and I'll still argue, how has that transfer compromised the investigation? Because the man was there, he was interrogated for 12 days, at a stretch. So he was not arrested for rape and murder case. What is the CBI still out doing? CBI doing to arrest more people if there are more? Or CBI has to also spell out whether at all this person is accused or not. Yeah. The kind of submissions that they are making in the Supreme Court, it appears that even this person for them is not one of the accused. So let them come out with the truth. What is this?
Okay. I mean, certainly, those are all valid questions for the CBI. Those are valid questions for the CBI, but at the moment we are at a situation where the Supreme Court is questioning the investigation. Where's the autopsy challan? Why does it take 14 hours to file the FIR, etc.? There are serious questions coming in from the side of the Supreme Court itself. So let's not say that there is nothing wrong as far as the Kolkata police's investigation is concerned. But let me come back to the political point. Gargi Nandi Roy, there's no difference within the TMC. All of this is perhaps a figment of the imagination. Please respond to Professor Monojit Mandal.
Madhav, thank you for inviting. See, About Abhishek Banerjee, I think he is doing a little drama. It is not possible that whatever happened without his knowledge. Whether Sandeep Ghosh reposting within 4 hours in another medical college or making him OSD, so everything happened with his knowledge. He is just trying to show, no, there are sensible people. That's why Abhishek Banerjee is doing this drama. But yes, I think there are still some sensible, sensitive people in TMC. And see, any person with sensibility and sensitivity cannot support the government's action, what the government has done, whether it is relates to Sandeep Ghosh or the way it has come down on the protesters, their leaders attacking and threatening people, they'll break their hands. So there will be somebody like Jawahar Sarkar, who has been an IS officer, was in Union Cultural Secretary or in Prasar Bharati. So obviously they will react. So there are people, but Abhishek Banerjee, I'm not believing Madhav. He's just doing some drama. He's feeling the pressure. They are just feeling the pressure because now it has become a fight between dharma and adharma. It is not the political parties on the roads only. It is the people of Bengal, men and women, ordinary men and women. You are seeing the outcry. So they are on the road, and that's why the regime is feeling the pressure. So what is Abhishek Banerjee now doing? He's trying to show that no, I am very good. I think there has been some mistakes. We will do course correction. Okay, Pishi has done. Pishi is aged. So they are just trying to manage it.
Right.
He is not real. What he is saying, he is not honestly saying. He is not. But others, yes, I can believe. Shantanu Shon had said.
Let me bring in others.
So interns were supposed to pay money.
Yeah.
So there are some people.
Yeah. Asif Ansari, it is the overwhelming pressure of the public coming in through these protests that is forcing these kind of statements. And at the end of the day, if leaders from your party, for instance, Mr. Sarkar says, I've waited 1 month. I've waited very patiently. And now he's taking the decision because clearly there is mistake after mistake, mishandling after mishandling that's coming out in the open. And this is something that right-thinking individuals, as Gargi Nandi Roy says, will not be able to tolerate this.
Good evening, Madhav. It's been almost a month that we are talking about the same issues, and it is not yet clear, nor the justice has happened yet. Though Ms. Gargi has said about the Abhishek Banerjee, I must say that initial level there was a botched up happened in the handling of this case. But as of now, as the Abhishek has come forward to say about the dissent he had internal party, he has always talked about the reality, what is going on. He has always given advice to the Mamata Banerjee cabinet, and he has never minced his word. So making a drama out of all this thing, I think this is not acceptable, and this is already an objectionable thing. If a party president is a senior party MP is saying some kind of thing, it should be taken under considerations. Though, as yesterday, Mr. Madhav Sarkar has resigned, we have seen a trend of Mr. Sarkar of resigning. Before also in 2016, he has shown his dissent when he was in Modi's government, that he resigned over there from the Indian broadcast because he said that his views were not taking.
How does that take away from this incident, sir? Yes, he resigned. There's no doubt about that. Earlier he had resigned, but I don't know if that really takes away from the TMC, because right now he's a TMC MP. It should be certainly embarrassing for any political party if their own MP resigns as a member of the House. But let me bring in Siddharth Yadav on that note. Siddharth Yadav, questions coming in about CBI's handling, questions coming in as to what's really going on within the investigation as far as CBI is concerned. And of course, he's equating Jawahar Sarkar's resignation now with his resignation earlier in 2016. Please respond.
I'll definitely respond on the CBI aspect, but I also wish to comment on the current ongoing discussion with the other panelists. I feel whatever news is coming out of the TMC, it is more of an eyewash, because now the TMC in the entire reign of Mamata Banerjee is now beginning to realize that the people have taken over. The people are leading this march. It's been more than a month, and the spirit of people fighting for justice in this case is now dying down. Probably this was not expected from Mamata Banerjee. Now she's planning to change her strategy. Probably she's trying to show a softer side of the party or people who could understand. But nobody can be fooled of what has been done to the investigation since the very beginning. Now, this brings me to the second point of the CBI investigation. Now, we all know that the Supreme Court is hearing this matter on a regular basis. The CBI is also appearing in front of the Supreme Court. The details of the investigation and the progress are being shared there. But what is more important is it can never be undermine what has been done to the investigation in the first place. It can never be undermined. We must never forget that the CBI took over the case 5 days later. We must never forget that the principal had given a written order for doing construction on this crime scene on the same floor. We can never forget how he was protected by the state government, how he was reinstated to a better college later on.
Right.
The entire caucus of people in the government who were trying to protect the perpetrators in this case.
No, and those questions are coming in from the Supreme Court, but I want to bring you back to the point that we're making. In fact, there's a news break coming in. The TMC is now clarified on the infighting reports. In fact, infighting claims are just a perception. Is the response coming in from the Trinamool Congress? There is good coordination within, is the response. Let's listen in.
For an unconditional apology for his tweet where he has mentioned that a patient have lost his life after bleeding for 3 hours. They are saying that this is a misleading tweet and therefore has asked for an unconditional apology.
I don't think that his tweet is misleading because today also Honorable CJ, he has said that protest cannot be at the cost of the duty, where Honorable CJ reminds that we should protest, but what is actual our identity, we can't forget it. So what this kind of message Abhishek Banerjee wanted to tweet. So what he tweeted almost echoed today by CJ. So if they have their separate story, cooked up story for themselves, that I think we cannot allow this in our discourse. In our discourse, we shouldn't allow this kind of thing. We can say Mr. Abhishek Banerjee, our secretary, where he urged, where he preached. This is the almost echoed today by Honorable CJ.
And also, sir, one more thing regarding the entire incident of boycott that is going on. There have been several decisions that has been taken by the government which the public in general have not liked. A lot of people are saying, like sources in the party, they are mentioning that there has been not coordination between Mamata Banerjee and Abhishek Banerjee and several
Victim. So I couldn't understand the last line.
No, there
is no coordination between
Mamata Banerjee and Abhishek Banerjee, according to sources.
This is a perception. This is the narrative created by a portion of some media. There is a very good coordination between Mamata Banerjee and Abhishek Banerjee because they are, one is our Supremo and one is our General Secretary.
All right, so that's a response coming in from the TMC that there's very good coordination happening within the party unit. We'll in fact request our guests to stay on with us. We're going to come back on this very debate in just a few moments. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Before we went into the break, Siddharth Yadav, you heard the official response of the TMC. They're saying that all is well. It's hunky-dory within the TMC. Your quick response to that?
No, absolutely. I think that is what was being anticipated. All is definitely well inside the TMC, but all is definitely not well in Bengal. All is definitely not well with the people. All is definitely not well with the situation of law and order. Definitely the kind of politics, the style of politics that Mamata Banerjee has, the anarchist style, it's very difficult for anybody from her party or from even the state to come out and speak against her. And she's trying to control every voice that comes out. But the people
Professor
are watching very
Professor Mandal, quick response before we go into a break. She's trying to control every voice, but the voices of dissent are coming in and senior leaders within the party who are now stepping out of the fold.
You talk of law and order for the last 8 years. Look at how the protests are going on for last 1 month. And the police is handling this. Police is doing their job without any single incident. That's the example of law and order. You are protesting every other day at night. Nothing is happening everywhere in the state. And we welcome such protests without the help of such, gundas like BJP, like Shubhendu and so on and so forth.
Well, sir, we all saw what happened during Reclaim the Night. I don't think that protest track record was particularly peaceful. And anywhere in the country, protesters should be allowed to. There's nothing to be extremely proud of. That's exactly what the government is supposed to do. But you'll have to leave it there. Siddharth Yadav, Gargi Nandi Roy, Professor Manojit Mandal and Asif Ansari. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us this evening.